Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Bones Unfiltered Podcast. I'm your host, Bones. This is a spur of the moment podcast, so I didn't have time to really do this. My plans that I had planned today got canceled. And luckily for me, the lovely Kate Sparks has children. So that means she's generally making a living at a wee early morning hours. So I asked her, hey, would you like to just quickly jump on? Because as all of you all know, my podcast yesterday got canceled just because of, scheduling issues with the band that we're going to do, Outlaw Whiskey. And we're going to have them on now instead next Thursday, if all goes well, due to their scheduling conflict that we had between myself and them. So today, let's welcome the wonderful Kate Sparks, aka Kate Fitch, for some of y'all that may know, but she is now happily married with some chitlins, as you'll hear them in the background. So this podcast is going to be very raw and unfiltered because if the kids need something or whatever, life is going to progress and we're going to just ride right along with it. So again, let's put our hands together. Let's welcome Miss Kate Sparks as she puts on her face.
Why, thank you. But yeah, Pix is in the background, so this is real and as raw as it's going to get.
And that's why it's on the Unfiltered Podcast, because we just don't give a shit. We don't follow the rules. We don't follow the etiquette. It is what it is. So Kate, for the people out there that do not know who you are, tell them a little bit about you.
Okay, so my name is Kate Sparks / Kate Fitch. And I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from Paintsville, Kentucky. And I moved to Moorhead in October of 2023 with my now husband and my bonus son, Bentley, who is 6. And I've been singing since I was 3 years old. I started up in church singing with my grandfather. He plays a piano at my childhood church. So that's where I got started. My first ever song that I sang was I'll Fly Away. So I'll Fly Away is very close and dear to my heart. And I have been writing songs since I was 12. And back in 2018, I traveled to 7 different countries in Europe to sing as a Kentucky ambassador of music.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, through the University of Louisville. So I was one out of 100 students in Kentucky that got to go. And I had to audition for that. So that was a huge thing. And then I graduated high school 2019, and I went to University of the Cumberland on a full ride for a music scholarship. And then COVID broke out, but I was still in school. I was majoring in music, minoring in psychology to go into music therapy. And, to still pursue music as a job, because obviously music is a huge part of my life. And then in my junior year, so 2022, my nanny, my mom's mom, unexpectedly passed away. And my
sorry to hear that.
And my aunt suffers from cerebral palsy. Now, mentally, she's all there. And, buddy, let me tell you, she is mentally all there. She went to college, went to college for psychology. And, she went all throughout high school. Physically, that's where her challenges are. Like, she can't take her medicine. She can't feed herself. She can't do simple things. Like she can't walk. She has never walked on her own a day in her life. I mean, she'll like as long as she has somebody to hold on to, she's okay.
Right.
And so I was her caretaker and had to drop out of school to be able to care for her around the clock 24/7 because trying to go to school plus take care of her 24/7, it was just really hard. So I left school and then she decided about 6 months into me caring for her that she wanted to live on her own, which that's a huge step for her. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It
she's,
sounds like it. Yeah.
yeah, she's 50 now. So, I mean, she's kicking it. She's doing good. She's living at a assisted living facility. And you know, that's what she wanted to do. You know, we weren't going to keep her from it. Um, so that's when I started, like, I wasn't necessarily ready to go back to school. So I started doing the gigs. I started putting my music out there. I started writing more songs. I started really to just push myself to be out there. And I've never, my first gig out in public, I was 22 years old. Like my first, like, you know, gig setting, I guess. And then I sang with a band in Lexington called Marshall, which Jared, the lead singer, is now on The Voice. And just I really deep dove myself into the music scene. Like I really wanted to just invest in myself. And then I met my now husband in 2023 because I was doing gigs. I was in Lexington singing at Stagger Inn, bars like that. And once, you know, I was with Dakota, we were freshly dating. I was still doing the gigs. I was still doing all the things. And then we got married. I wrote, I was still writing and then still doing the gigs. I was, we got the news that either I had kids now or I never will back in October of 2024. So we obviously tried and I got pregnant very quickly, thankfully. And now I have a son who's 7 months old. He'll be 8 months old on the 17th of April. And I haven't had a gig since December, or like an actual gig in December. And then I sang at a benefit concert in May of last year. And that's the last public music thing that I have done. But yeah, music has always been a part of my life. Um, I exclusively breastfeed my son, so it's really like difficult for me to be able to be on the stage and do the music scene.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But you're doing the right thing. You know, we did the same thing. It's you're passing on your immune system to your kids, so it's so much better to breastfeed than it is to use the artificial stuff anyhow. So that's good that you're doing that. And if you got to take a break to take care of the little ones, well, that's obviously way more important.
oh yeah, and I know music will always be there because I try
Oh
to
yeah.
run from it. I feel like as an artist, everybody has a point in their life where they try to run from music. Like music isn't working out for them, so they're just going to up and quit.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried. I tried to run away from music, and somehow, some way, it always finds its way back to me. So I know that music is always going to be there. And I know that it's waiting on me to come back for sure.
Oh, and you have an immense amount of talent. I'm just going to take a second to pause and give a shout out to our fake sponsor, Mary Kay. As you can see, she's applying her shit liberally. And for those of y'all that are wondering, why is she putting makeup on a podcast? Well, here's the reason. I was supposed to work at my uncle's today doing some pressure washing, and Mother Nature decided to drop a bunch of water from the sky. So that kind of ruined it. And I called her up, and at the last minute, she's like, yeah, I'll get on a podcast with you because I wanted to get something. So I at least wanted to do one, and she was up early. However, the sacrifice is she has an interview here in a little bit, and she has to get ready for that too. So I was like, well, you know what? The good thing about this podcast, it's raw and unfiltered. So if you're putting on your makeup and doing your hair while we're doing it, nah, I don't give two shits.
Yeah, so be it.
So that's why we're here. So for those of y'all that want to know, like, why is she putting makeup on? That's why she's doing me a solid, getting me a show in this week, since the ones that we had to unfortunately be canceled. We do got a lot of good stuff coming on, and occasionally you'll see her. She'll have to step away and stuff because there's the little one.
Yes,
got to take care of number one. He's just as cute. He looks just like his daddy, though. I mean, spitting image of daddy for sure. Welcome, Pamela, our booking agent's in here, Miss Pamela Little, and Miss Mary Ash, she's one of my regulars, so she's in here. Miss Mary, if you've never seen Kate Sparks, aka Kate Fitch, you definitely need to check her out, because even though she's on the mother hiatus, raising the little one right now and not really doing the music, it doesn't mean that she's not going to get back to it, as she just said, because she will. But on a different note too, one thing that you're kind of doing a side project business wise. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So while I'm still a mom, I'm still in, a singer-songwriter, even though I'm on a hiatus at the moment. I'm also a travel advisor. So I help people book and plan their trips just about anywhere. I do Disney. I do all-inclusives. I do, even if you want to go to Tennessee and just book a cabin, I do that also. But
no doubt.
It's for me to be able to just allow people to just pack their bags and I do the rest. That's my business motto. Is you pack your bags, I'll plan the rest. And I'm also working on my master's degree. So I've got that going for myself. Yeah.
Oh, so now what are you doing that in?
So I just graduated in February with my bachelor's degree in psychology. And then I'm now doing my bachelor's in business administration. I'm getting my MBA.
Where are you doing that at Moorhead University?
No, at Cumberland.
Oh, Cumberland. Nice.
Yeah. I just figured they already have all of my information and it's just easier to go through them because I can be all online with them and still have rigs.
Oh, well, that's very handy. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then my interview today is for a registered behavior technician position for it's called the Commonwealth ABA here in Moorhead. So I'm going to be working with children one-on-one who have autism.
Nice.
So yeah. And
that's fantastic. I didn't know you were doing that either. So you're doing all sorts of. You're a very go-getter.
Yeah.
Sure.
If my life is so hectic and so busy all the time, I'm always doing something, always getting into something. So I mean, if anybody can do it, I mean, I'm living proof. And my heart has always been for helping people, like taking care of my aunt. Like I was 4 years old and I told the woman that I was going to magically build her a wheelchair that can make her walk. at 4 years old. Like my heart has just always went out to people and to help others. And I feel like, you know, even through music, like music helps me so much. That's why I wanted to go into music therapy, just to study what types of music, what types of beats, what rhythm like actually triggers your brain. Like when we're sad, we listen to sad music. That's music therapy because
Yeah.
the serotonin from the sad music connects with your body and your brain. That's literally music therapy, and nobody knows.
No, that's pretty cool that you're kind of delving into that, you know.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to do music therapy because, like, my all-time dream job is to work at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and that's actually where I wanted to be a music therapy from, or at a music therapist. Um, which, you know, they just have people like whenever they're like, there's a center there where I could like have all the kids come down and like we sing like nursery rhymes or do dances or anything like that. So, but I
Well,
mean,
that's
like I
really
said,
that's really cool.
yeah. But I mean, like I said, you know, I'm doing anything and everything. Always.
Now, are they making you do clinical hours through Cumberland at like different hospitals, like say the Children's Hospital in Cincinnati?
So I would have had to if I did do music therapy, but where I'm just doing my business administration, I don't have to.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's kind of nice because that makes it easier having the little one right now.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I can just be all online and be able to take care of him. Plus, my bonus son. So I'm volunteering at his school, reading books to the class. They love Brig, so they let me bring him with me. Um, and it, you know, I don't have to miss anything when it comes to my boys. You
No,
know, I
that's
got to experience Brig's first word.
oh
Which I
really?
mean,
That's
yeah,
yeah, and that's awesome.
dada.
Nah, well, that's the easier one to say. It's always dad first, but they all know who they really want to be around, and that's mama.
Especially when
Welcome,
they're,
Joey.
especially when they are a attached to the hip like mine is,
Oh yeah.
and I feed
Well,
him, so that's
enjoy
even worse.
enjoy it while you got it, because eventually they become teens, and then they go through that spell where they don't want to. Mom and dad aren't cool, so they
Right?
don't want to be around them. Yeah, that
We
kind
all
of
go through
sucks.
that
Family
stage.
does come first before everything, Scott. You're damn right about that, brother.
Heck yeah.
Damn right about that. It's
And you
always
know, my ever since I was little, I've always dreamed about being a mom. You know, all I wanted to be was a mom because, you know, I have PCOS, I have endometriosis, so like me being a mom was slim to none. Um, whenever they told me, and just so happened.
well, and I'm glad it worked out because he's absolutely adorable.
Well, thank you.
That's for sure. Y'all are very blessed.
Everybody tells me I gave birth to baby Jack Jack from The Incredibles.
I guarantee you, once he starts moving around, that's going to become even more true because you're going to be all over the place chasing his ass.
Yeah, for real.
Now,
Or I'll just let
what does
Dakota do
Dad
it.
do? I don't think I've ever asked. What does Dakota do for a living?
So Dakota, my sound man, when I am singing, he works for Kinetic slash Windstream, whichever one. But they have recently, a lot of people know them by Windstream. So he works telecommunications. And he has been there for 6 or 7 years, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And works in Maysville.
How far is that? Is that far from y'all? It's
It's
about 30
45
minutes, isn't it?
minutes.
45
Yeah.
minutes? Yeah.
So it's not too far.
Well, the girl I do podcasts with sometimes, and sometimes I'm on hers. Wolf, she just recently moved to Moorhead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's not far from you now. I don't know exactly where, but she just recently moved to Moorhead from the Cleveland, Ohio area.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Moorhead is a happening place, let me tell you.
Now, for those of y'all that don't know, the young lady sitting right here next to me, she was also a contestant on The Voice and had made it fairly far into the process at one point in time. And you want to kind of tell them a little bit about that experience, since a lot of people may not know what you would actually go through when you're on a TV show like that, unless they've experienced it. You want to share what you can share anyway. With the fans out there, to kind of give them an idea of what it would be like if they were to apply and do the same thing.
Sure. So I auditioned for The Voice twice, actually. And the second time I went, so obviously you sign up for like a date and time. You get on the computer at that time, and it's a black screen, and it counts down from like 60 or like an hour, I guess, is what they give you beforehand. And the timer starts at like 15 minutes. And if you get on there earlier, so then it'll count down 3, 2, 1. And you have to be ready, because as soon as that camera comes on, it's recording you. And that is your audition.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the screen is completely black.
Mm-hmm.
And you have 1:30 seconds. So what I did, my audition song was, what is that Johnny Cash song?
Yeah, the Ring of Fire?
Nope.
Does it have to do with, is it one of them like he sang with June Carter?
Nope.
I'm trying to think what you might have sang. Of course, I'm just guessing because I wasn't there.
Oh, Folsom Prison Blues. That's what I did.
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice choice.
Yeah. So I done like my own rendition of that. And
so what made you choose a Johnny Cash song versus maybe a female vocalist song?
I like Trisha Yearwood. I like Carrie Underwood. I like Reba. I like Shania Twain. I like all the OGs. But like songs coming from like Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, George Jones, like they are more my style, because I'm a twangy little thing, but I also love outlaw country, like Gretchen Wilson. Or I've always been told, like, for my set list or for my how I sing and like my type of style, outfits, all the things, makeup, hair, I'm in between a Gretchen Wilson and a Miranda Lambert, and I'm in between sounding like Miranda Lambert and Ella Langley. That's what I hear all the time. Do I believe it? No, I don't.
Well, you do have an amazing voice. It's very good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so you should definitely be proud of yourself. So so back to The Voice. You do the black screen. All of a sudden, boom! It comes on. Now's your time to rise and shine.
Yep.
So
you can't have any nerves. The nerves had to be out the door by the time that camera comes on.
So once that camera came on and you rocked out Folsom Prison Blues, and then what happened after you were done?
So you sit and wait. There's a like 3-minute timer it puts on there, and you're put in a Zoom room and with like the rest of the contestants if you make it through the first part. And then they will do the second part immediately after. So
Now
that's
what's the second part consist of?
you have to have 3 songs, 3 full songs.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So you go from 1 minute and 30 seconds to 3 full songs in like 2 hours.
Wow.
And then they wait to give you the decision like a week or so. So you're waiting a week, and then they'll give you like a time and date for your third interview. Now that's whenever you're actually asked questions. They send you over like a 10-page documents that you have to sign, like all the rules, like you can't share anything about it, obviously. You can't even like tell your family if you do get flown out. Which I mean, obviously if I take my family with me, like I have to tell them.
Yeah.
But like they're just worried.
We're going somewhere where
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you. We'll just go.
Yeah. But they're just afraid of like news outlets and stuff getting a hold of it before the show actually airs. And then I had to get professional headshots done. I had to, and you have to record 3 full songs of you and submit them with your headshots. So you have to choose 3 different songs, and you can't like be in front of a mic. You can't have, if you decide to do a acoustic or you want to have an instrument, they will let you, but they want you to have at least one song where you play with or you sing with the track. So and that process took like 3 months.
No shit.
Just
Wow.
waiting on that interview. Yeah. Because I mean, I had to get headshots done. I had to record myself 3 different songs. And in the paperwork, they ask you, and like you can't do like any gigs while you're waiting or anything.
Which that kind of makes it rough, especially if you're if that's all you do for a living. Well,
Right.
then you kind of heel hook yourself. You're at the mercy of them,
Right. So then, like in the paperwork, they ask you like 20 different songs.
Mm-hmm.
For you to list 20 songs of what you would like to cover if you were on the show. And then 10 songs that you would not want to cover. So like they already have kind of in their mind like what kind of music you sing, what chord progression you lie in, and if you write originals, what's your story, like where are you from? And I mean, obviously with reality TV, they always want a sad story.
Oh, well, of course. Yeah.
To get the viewers.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, I went through the interview. I waited another 3 months. So like this was for the third part, for the interview part, it was a 6-month process.
Golly.
Yeah.
Now, how far did you make it into the process?
So after the interview, I made it up until the point where they told me whether I was going to be flown out for the live show or not.
Mm-hmm.
And like the guy who actually done my interview left The Voice before there was even a decision made if I was going to go there or not. So he done my interview. 2 weeks later, I got the email that he had left, the guy that actually done my interview. And then 2.5 months later, they sent me the email and they told me no.
Wow.
So they didn't even have the guy anymore that I talked to.
Well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah. And like I had
it makes you wonder, did that keep you from getting further? Potentially. Who knows?
Right. That was a question that was a question that my husband asked, obviously. And like I So like they tell you for the interview to dress like you would on stage. You know, you want to look the part whenever they want you to wear and look like what you would whenever you go to the live shows, if you do go to the live shows.
Right.
But, and did you know that the live auditions are pre recorded?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
No, I did not know that at all.
Yep.
Then why
Yep.
the fuck did they say they're live? Why not just say pre-recorded? I mean, what's with the whole, secrecy? I don't get that.
99% of their stuff, besides like the championship battles and stuff like that on The Voice, are pre recorded. Like,
I did not know that. That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So Jared, the guy that I sang with, the lead singer for Marshall, that's out of Richmond in Lexington,
Mm-hmm.
he was on the third live audition show where they turn their chairs at the very end. And like he was home watching it with his family, watching the live audition.
Oh,
with his
no
family.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Now, since they won't let you, obviously you can't go when you're in this process. For those who missed it or maybe just have tuned in, a couple things with this. And then Scott, I haven't forgot about your question. But for those that just tuned in, just to let y'all know, when you put in for The Voice, you can't go do gigs at a bar near you or somewhere else. Like it's
they don't want
pretty much that time limit. You're pretty much theirs. You're stuck.
Yeah, they don't want your face out in public at all.
Wow. Now,
While
do
you're in the
they
process.
want to be able to? I guess they want to know every social media platform you possibly have, so they can monitor.
Oh yeah. I had to give my Snapchat, I had to give my Instagram, I had to give, if I had a YouTube account, I had to give that. I had to give my TikTok. If I had a LinkedIn, I had to give that. Like they watched everything every single day to see
No
like,
shit.
yeah, to see, and multiple times a day, just to see like if I got on there and actually put myself out there.
Wow.
Yeah, they monitor it hard. They do not play around when it comes to social media.
And I
Whatsoever.
guarantee if you screwed up and you said something, if you did anything to jeopardize that, I guarantee they would hit you with some legal action that would make your head swim.
Oh yeah, that's why they
Yeah.
send you the 10 or 11 page documents that you have to sign. That you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. I mean, a full page of it was nothing but social media accounts that you have, and you have to give every single username for it.
Wow.
Even if you have, like, I have a Facebook music page. So if I had a Facebook music page, I had to put that on there as well.
Oh no, yeah, that way they can monitor that. And speaking of music pages, we'll take a pause just for a second during this conversation about The Voice to answer Scott Braley's question. Scott wants to know, where can he and others that are interested in finding you, where can they find you musically? Where and you can also, if you want to, throw your business, how you're doing the booking agencies as well for travel agencies. Go ahead and throw where people can find you if they want any of those services.
Yeah, so I haven't actually been in the studio yet, obviously, because I'm on a hiatus for music.
Yeah.
But I plan to. My son will be 8 months old, so I plan on stopping breastfeeding him when he's a year old, and then I plan on getting back into music. So for me to be able to actually like put my originals out there, it's probably going to be a little bit, but there are some on my personal Facebook, which is Kate Sparks, and then my music page, which is also Kate Sparks Music. And then I have TikTok, which is _KateFitch1. And I've been, posting, there's videos of me singing on there, and then obviously of me and my family. But there's a new video that I just posted recently of me holding Briggs singing. So that one's one of my faves.
Yeah, that was a good video, by the way.
Thanks. But
It was very good.
see, I have a music page. I'm getting ready to start up like a YouTube channel so that way I can get my music out that way. Just have to wait on like, because I've decided that, I mean, yes, while I'm still breastfeeding him, I can still do stuff online. Like I can still sit here and do a podcast while he's sitting here.
Right. Yeah.
Or I
And
can
if you got to
still,
tend to him, you tend to him.
yeah, or I can still like video myself singing and then post it online. But actually, like being out in public, that'll probably be closer to like this time next year whenever I start doing gigs. But yeah, that's where you can find me _ Kate Fitch 1 on TikTok. And then I also have a travel booking TikTok as well. And I also am a travel advisor. I have a business that's called Bibbidi Booked Travel. And because I specialize in Disney, but I also do everything else. Like I booked a client for a Carnival cruise for next year. So that's where you can find me.
Miss Mary asked, she's got to run, but to be safe. And she said, "Good luck, Kate." She sent you hugs. So thank you, Miss Mary,
I appreciate it.
Miss Mary's awesome. Her and Val are in here. I tell you what, I don't think either one of them have missed a damn episode that I've done, which is they are the absolute rock of patrons that have supported me from the very beginning. So,
well, that's good. It's good to have people
to you ladies.
that have been
I love it.
It's good to have people that have been there from the very beginning.
Yeah, they are definitely very, very, very important to me. But people, I hope to meet them someday in real life. Now,
look at us. Speaking of meeting in real life, who would have thought that we would have met in real life?
Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I met you in what was it, Morgantown? Was that it? Morgantown, Kentucky? At that mud park.
Green Up.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it. So yeah, and what's funny is it's hard to believe that we met one time in
Grayson. It's in Grayson.
It's in Grayson. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard to believe that we met that one time, and then after that we've remained friends and speak on the phone quite a bit and whatnot. And and of course,
how long ago was that? Like 2024?
Let's see.
It would have been.
I guess it was. Yeah. I guess it was. Yeah. About 2024 sometime, I guess. So, and that's pretty amazing. I've got to watch you, doing the music, but then, stepping out for a minute to do, the more important thing, which is, raising the youngin'.
Right.
And well, both youngins actually,
Yeah.
Doing it all. What's up, D?
My husband don't even know I'm on this podcast right now. I didn't even get the chance to tell him.
Oh, he don't even know? Well, he's probably at work right now, eh?
Yes, he's working.
Now, he probably doesn't get to work remote, but whereas you're booking for the Disney stuff, what'd you call it again? Bibbidi Bobbidi Book?
Bibbidi Booked Travel.
Oh, Bibbidi Booked. I thought it was Bibbidi Bobbidi Booked.
Yeah, if I called it Bibbidi Bobbidi Booked, I would be copyrighted for sure.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to get copyrighted.
No, I think they would frown down upon that. Probably pretty much.
I've actually, before I got laid off, I actually worked remote for 2 years.
Oh, did you really? Now, what were you doing when you worked remotely for 2 years?
I worked for the government.
Now, what were you doing?
FEMA.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's interesting.
So
what made you kind of ixnay that?
So whenever I met Dakota, I was working at Tractor Supply. And, my twanky self, that's a perfect job for me.
Oh, fuck yeah. I would expect nothing less, unless you were on the farm, riding a tractor or some shit.
Right. Right. So I it's a place called Center LLC. They are based out of London, Kentucky. And I was going to be making like almost $10 more an hour working for them remotely than I was at Tractor Supply.
And that's
So I was
huge.
like, oh, heck yeah, please.
Yeah, you can't pass that up.
Yeah. So I started working there and I was on the phones because I done the FMCSA contract first and then I moved over to FEMA. And I was talking to like the big semis that you see on the road every single day. That's who I would talk to. Or I would talk to company officials, which are CEOs of the company and things like that. And then I moved over to FEMA and I wasn't on the phones when I worked on the FEMA contract because I was listening to the calls, but I was also grading them to make sure that they were giving the right information. So I was a quality analyst for FEMA. And, I got to work with Briggs. I worked all the way up until the day I went to the hospital. I worked after my maternity leave was over. I worked with Briggs in the room with me. So I was so thankful to have that job. But last year, Briggs was 2 months old whenever I got laid off. So I've been a stay-at-home mom for 5 months.
Well, that'll work out better anyway. And by the way, Dakota knows you're in here because he's in here now.
Okay.
I was like, "What's up?" I don't think she could see your comments, Dakota, but
No.
But we had literally just were talking. She goes, "You know what? I didn't even get a chance to tell him this happened so dang fast. We threw this shit together. It was so unorthodox. But you know what? That's what I love about my podcast. I did a thing yesterday and I was saying what I was going to do and that shit was canceled. And then here all of a sudden out of the blue, I just think of her and I'm like, you know what? She's got a kid. She's probably awake. Let's do a morning podcast. Let's squeeze one in. We had some cancellations, which happens with the other bands because, it's hard getting, especially bands, it's hard getting everybody together. So things change.
Right.
So we're definitely looking forward to doing those podcasts next week. But I wanted some filler and I knew that Miss Kate would step up to the plate because she always does. She's outstanding. As you all know, with those who've been listening or just came in, definitely look for her under Kate Sparks Music on Facebook. She's got some weird _ Kate Sparks shit on TikTok, but definitely check her out because even though she's taking care of the baby right now and doing the mom thing, which is the most important thing to do, the music has not died with her, and she still puts out stuff. She did one recently with the baby, and she did a little singing thing, and it was a very, very cute video. If you haven't seen it, definitely look for that. That one was on TikTok, right, Kate, or was that on Facebook? I can't remember where I saw it.
It's on both.
It's on both. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely check it out. How she's interacting and singing to the baby. It was very cute. Let's see, Miss Victoria, Kate, I got you. Oh, he's in. Oh, Miss Victoria must have been the one to make sure that Dakota knew. So, hey, Dakota, what's up, brother? We were already asking about you, so we know now where you work too. So we got eyes on you, man. We're watching you.
Yeah, when Bones texted me, I'd literally just got out of the shower, and I was like, well, I mean, this is as raw and as real as it gets, I reckon. Just
she was
straight out of the
makeup
shower.
On earlier. I gave a shout out to our fake sponsor, Mary Kay, because she was putting her makeup on. Because I was like, people are probably going, "Why is this chick putting makeup on during her podcast?" But we're gonna make sure she's ready and not late for her interview later. So that's more important than any podcast. So, but I'm glad you came in, Dakota. It's definitely good to see you, brother.
So how is your new artist going?
He's going good. I tell you what, the kid is, I should call him a kid, but I mean, he's a grown man, but still he's a kid to me. I'm 52 and he's 23, I think. It's been a rough start, obviously. I started with him in January, I think. And when I started with him,
Mhm.
James Luker was just a solo artist, so he had no band. And we originally were going to do some stuff with the Lonesome Carolina, and things kind of changed with the whole, unfortunate, tragic early death of the drummer Chris's mom, which was, I think, probably unexpected.
Yeah.
Very sad situation. And I don't really know what happened. I really don't. I think it's just things changed. They were going to end up probably potentially losing Chris and maybe Greg eventually hanging the bass up, So I don't know what happened. I really don't. Things just kind of got stagnant. And then finally I told him, I said, look, with him leaving, there's not much of a band. It's probably best there's no reason for me to keep doing stuff. So I just stepped away, and I'm staying with James now. James, I told him, I said, man, we need a band. And I tell you what, the kid eager got right on it. Now he got some band members, and there were some scheduling conflicts with the first ones that we had. Not that anything was wrong with any of them, because they were all very good, but there was just some of them were just a little hesitant, maybe. Yeah. Or, because obviously when you're getting started, you got to be making money somehow.
Right. And it's hard to find people that are just ready, that are okay with the grind.
Yeah.
Of just really starting out. Like, you're like trying to find somebody. And, that's what I struggle with, finding a band. Like, I wanted people to have the same motivation. Like, you have to be self-motivated when you're first starting out as a band. Yeah. And you have to have people that want the same things and the same values that you do.
Right.
Because otherwise, you're not going to have a band come 3 months down the road.
Yeah. And that's kind of what happened. Like some of the guys that we originally had, then it just wasn't in the cards for them. Like they needed something different. What's up, buddy? Hey. You say hi to your dad. He's watching.
Yeah, Dada's on here.
Dada's mini-me there. Yeah. I mean, he looks dead up like his daddy. There is no way around that. What's up, buddy? He is cute. He is.
Would you like to know his favorite toy?
Oh yeah. What's his favorite toy? Yeah. Is that a? Oh, and he loves that. Oh, look at.
And he knows exactly what to do with it too.
I'm gonna eat it and shake it. He is too cute, man. You're definitely blessed. You got a great husband. He's a killer dude, man. He's such a nice guy. And the oldest boy is too cute too, man.
Bentley, yeah.
Yeah.
Another one of Dakota's mini-me's.
Yeah, he looks dead up like daddy too. Yeah, dad can't get around that shit. There is no denying it.
There he goes, shaking it.
You gonna play me a little ditty? You gonna shake it and play me a little ditty?
Shake it. Shake it. Your egg shaker.
He is too cute.
And he loves music. Oh my gosh.
Oh, when that video he was watching you sing was cute. I mean, because he was like enamored. It was a really good video.
Well,
so yeah, definitely everybody that's in here now, they'll definitely check it out for sure.
Yeah, this is my baby. This is John Briggs. He's even named after his daddy.
Now, are you going to nickname him, or are you going to leave it as John?
We call him Briggs.
Or Briggs. So you just, call him Briggs.
Yeah, because we wanted to share the B names with Bentley. And obviously I wanted him to have Dakota's first name. So now you know Dakota's first name is John.
I do. So what's the story with Dakota? Why did they end up calling him Dakota versus John?
So his uncle is JD. So his first name is John. And so he's got the same initials, but like his mom calls him Jonathan when he's in trouble. Still to this day.
Now, do you do that too?
No. It's when he's in trouble, Dakota. I don't call him John.
That's funny. That's funny.
He'd probably let me have it if I called him John.
So what? So is Kate, or is it short for Caitlin, or like what's your actual first name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Adora.
Adora.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's an interesting middle name. Adora. Yep. I don't think I've ever heard that. That's kind of original.
Named after my nanny that passed away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's cool.
She was Adora. So
nice.
Caitlin Adora. But my mom named me Kate Lynn, so it's Katelyn. So if I wanted to take the LYN off, like the Lynn off, I could. Whenever I grew up, it'd just be easier. Because whenever, growing up all my life, everybody has always called me Kate. The only people who call me Caitlin are my friend Haley, and my mom calls me Caitlin sometimes. And my mammy, my poppy, they'll say Caitlin, or my poppy says Caitlin Adora still to this day. But yeah, I've just always went by Kate my whole life.
The hell yeah. That's good.
Yep, Caitlin Adora, I am.
Caitlin, I like that middle name. That's really interesting. Like, where is that from? Is that like, is that German or what, what region is Adora from? Because that's very unusual, but I like it. It's very original.
It was a ship.
Oh, no shit. Huh. That's kind of cool.
Because I wanted to know myself, because I asked my mom whenever I was like 15 or 16, I was like, where does Adora come from? I've never seen anybody with the middle name Adora or the name Adora.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't find it in baby books. You can't find it online. Like, hardly anybody has Adora as a middle name or anywhere in their name whatsoever. So my mom told me it was an actual ship that sunk, but it was one of the first ships ever built.
No shit. That's very interesting. Wow. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Yeah, because I've never heard of anybody. Now, I'm not saying you're the only one, but I have never met anybody with a middle name of Adora. So that's kind of cool that you got something that's completely original.
Yeah.
That's why I like my nickname, but my nickname's not that original. I mean, I've met other people that are nicknamed Bones.
Okay, but you're the only Bones I know.
Well, hopefully it'll stay that way too. I'm the coolest, Bones. All right, at least that's what I say. And then the other people will say the same thing. They're like, no.
I can't wait for Briggs to grow up, and I could be like, "This is Uncle Bones."
Heck
Briggs.
yeah. I'll be like, let's party. Wolf from Wolf Fair Records, the one that I do the podcast with, she said hi.
Hi.
And that's okay, Wolf. I know that you didn't know about the live because, believe it or not, I didn't either because
me either.
Because Wolf knew I had to go work today at my uncle's, and so I was really going to do nothing today. But Mother Nature decided she wanted to change her mind, and when that happened, I called Miss Kate here because I knew she would probably be the only human awake because of having children. And I wanted to squeeze in something ASAP while the getting was good because I couldn't do anything tonight. That way I at least had some podcast for this week. So I thank Miss Kate very much for sacrificing. As y'all saw, she's been getting ready. She's been putting on her face with her makeup. We've been hanging out with the little one. It's been very organic, very raw, very unfiltered, and that's why it's very perfect for this podcast. So I'm very glad to have her. So glad. And I'm glad that we remained pretty tight ever since we met. And we only met that one time. But
yeah.
But you and your family are very special to me, and
well, thank you.
I'm definitely glad to have you on here, and I know I've been saying it. Even Devin Moore, I keep telling him, and I need to have him on, and he's on my list. I finally had to make a list because I'm getting enough people wanting to do this that, and I did hit up Scott Tumblr. I'm going to have Tumblr on next week, probably Tuesday. hour and a half long conversation with Tumblr. So that should be coming. I think, like I say, I think it's going to be Tuesday of next week, maybe. More to come. I'll give you a heads up as soon as I know more, but he is definitely a go to do that. So thank you, Scott, for that. Scott Braley, Kate, for you may not know, but this gentleman is he's a cool ass dude. I don't know how he found me. I'm glad he did. He's a really cool guy out of Maine, and he used to do what I do, and his smile is so stinking cute. I mean, you know what's crazy to me, and I'll have to show you a picture. I'll have to show you a picture, Kate, but he reminds me of my nephew.
Oh, really?
My nephew's a grown man, though, but he definitely resembles your husband. My nephew does. So it's funny. I see him and I'm like, damn, I could see my nephew Trevor in him. So, like if Trevor had a kid, he would probably resemble Briggs pretty good.
Oh, but, Mr. Briggs.
But anyway, Mr. Scott Braley used to do management like I do for bands, but now he does more of I think it's promotion is what he said. But I tell you what, he gets in these podcasts and he's been helping me out and helping me gain traction for just no apparent reason. He just started doing this and I just met him. He showed up one day in a show and he'll fire out at whoever, all these different artists and getting people to want to be on my show and also Wolf Bear's show. So it's so thank you, Scott. And he definitely said he was the one that said, hey, I want to check you out. So he definitely will. This guy is very big in the music stuff and he's really eager he likes to help people out. He's a good dude. What?
He's talking to you about.
What are you saying, man? You gonna sing me? You want to sing me a little ditty? You gonna sing me a song? Yeah, are you gonna sing one?
Say.
He is so cute. So how's your house coming? Have y'all started yet on the house?
We haven't yet because they have to build the rest of the houses first to be able to get the land paid off. So that way we're not building a house on a land that's on a lien.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So when do you anticipate breaking ground? Or have you even got that far yet?
Hopefully by the time like next summer. Hopefully.
Oh, that's not bad. That'll be nice. Yeah. What's up, buddy?
Hi.
How you? I love that smile. Yeah. You're the first kid I've had on my podcast. You're number one.
Oh, baby Biggs.
You are the very first one that I've had on this podcast.
He's the sweetest boy ever. He's just happy-go-lucky until he's hungry or he's pooped or...
And then he'll let you know.
Oh, yeah. He will definitely let you know.
He'll do that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde switch on your ass.
Oh, yes. Yay.
Other than that, though, he's been good. You just hear him cooing and smiling, and he's been good so far, which I was expecting. Honestly, I figured with the baby, which I knew it would be coming, so I didn't care. But I thought for sure there'd be a lot of whiny interruptions during this, but he's been pretty dang content.
No.
But if you do get angry, that's all right. We'll fix it. It's all good. Who's he got on his damn thing? Is that Deputy Dog or what is that? Is that Paw Patrol?
Mm-hmm.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah, he matched with Big Brother last night whenever they got out of the shower.
Was that by design or was that just happenstance?
Yeah, it was by design.
So this interview you got now, you got to go to it? Or
yes.
do you do it from like Zoom meeting?
No, so my on the phone interview was yesterday. And then they told me, or they asked me like what my availability was. Because see, I applied to this job back in December. And they've been waiting on me to get my bachelor's degree to be able to get the position.
Wow. I'm surprised they even waited. That, I mean, that's
I know,
good.
right? That's what she
That
told me
is,
on the phone yesterday. I was like, "You've been waiting on me?"
that's really cool. I mean, I'm surprised, but kudos to them.
And like,
Either
there's
that or
so
they know
many
what they're getting.
things. Like, there's so many things that like have happened
Mm-hmm.
after since I've applied to this job. Like, I thought I wanted to get my master's in teaching because I
Mm-hmm.
loved being in Bentley's classroom and I love being with kids and I love helping kids. And then I was like, well, I ain't spending all this. I mean, no, I'm not knocking teachers at all. If that's what your heart desires, that's what your heart desires. But for me, I could not go through all that school and be in that much debt just to be a teacher. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
I don't think they pay teachers. They don't pay them what they're worth.
No, they don't.
You know, they need to pay. That needs to be a higher paying profession. For the simple fact is they're molding the people, the kids that are going to run this country when I'm decrepit.
Oh,
Old has
believe
been.
me, my grandmother was my teacher in elementary school. Trust me, I know.
Heck yeah.
I know.
So it's very pivotal that we have good teachers that make, because, you know, I hate to say it, but America is not very stellar with their data numbers in comparison to a lot of other countries in regards to education. And that's
Right.
pretty sad. I mean,
Right.
you know, some of the stuff that we do in this country is, I don't necessarily agree with, you know, with the way they do that with the educational aspect, because I don't think that they're necessarily always doing kids like the whole No Child Left Behind thing. I don't think you're doing kids justice when you pass them on to the next grade, regardless if they pass or fail. You know,
Right.
I was one of them that when I was a kid, I was in a private school though when I first started out, and on the third grade, I wasn't even making failing grades. But they told my parents, they said, look, you know, he's got some lower grades, like some C's and stuff like that. And they said,
Yeah.
if we don't hold him back, then down the road, your son is going to fail.
Right.
And so my parents, I mean, I got held back in the third grade just to give me that extra time to catch up.
Right.
Just to make sure that I went on and succeeded. But now the way they're doing it, at least here, I don't know about other states, but in Kentucky, the whole No Child Left Behind. Well, to me, if you're just passing a kid forward just to get them out of the damn classroom to the next grade level, regardless if they're getting the material or not, to me, you're not doing that kid any justice. You're
Right.
you're setting them up for failure.
Right. You're not doing right by the child for sure.
So I can understand. I can understand your frustrations, and I don't know, there may be some teachers out there that be like, hey, Mr. Bones, you don't know what you're talking about. And they're right. I'm just guessing. I'm just based off what I've seen. I mean, I know that when my son came home with Common Core math, it was so funny. This was years and years ago, but my youngest boy, Logan, he come home and he was all upset. He come home crying and he's like, you're going to be so mad at me. And I'm like, well, what did you do that's so bad at school today? And he's like, I got the report card and no, wasn't a report card. It was his paper. But he goes, I got an F in math today. And I went, and I go, you're good at math. I'm not. I could see me getting an F in math because I suck. Like, I'd have to take my shoes off if you wanted me to add some shit up for you right now, just to have the extra fingers and toes down there to help me tally shit. But, you know, my son shows me this math paper and I'm looking at it and I'm like, all the answers that are everything, the whole paper was full of red ink of just wrong. And he got a big fat F. So I'm looking at this paperwork and I'm like, every question that he got right. So I'm like, why the hell did she mark this wrong when the answer is clearly correct? Like, I even double checked myself by cheating and using a calculator to make sure I was doing it right. And I'm like, the kid got every question right. Why did he get an F? So I sent him back this letter and I said, I don't understand why you gave the kid an F. Every answer is correct. Well, and then they sent it back because you didn't follow directions. And I'm like, directions on what? Well, this is Common Core math. You can't just put the answer. You have so instead of having an entire sheet of paper and all the answers fit on one piece of paper, Common Core Math wants to kill about 3,000 trees because they want you to take one question and it takes you the entire paper because you
Yeah.
got to not only solve the question like we can do and like that, but then you have to draw, you got to draw 13 pennies plus 23 pennies equals. And it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What is this? And especially when you have, a dad like he did that was an old turd like me that had no clue what Common Core Math was. So I mean, shit, I was even struggling with that. So I can feel what you're saying with the whole. My hat's off to those who do want to teach and are teachers, because not only do you got to go through a lot of crap for pay that you deserve more to get, but also, I couldn't imagine the way that these kids are out of control these days. I couldn't imagine trying to be a teacher and having to be responsible for 30 kids.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
I couldn't do it. I'm not that cool. I'm just not. So, but like what you're doing though, the whole doing the stuff with the autistic kids. I love to hear that. I didn't know you were doing that, but that hit me in the heart because as my oldest boy is handicapped.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to be starting that podcast. I've got a young lady I just got permission from. She's actually my neighbor's granddaughter. But Andrea Hurley I'm going to have her on the show sometime, and she has Down syndrome. But this girl, I can't wait to have her on the show because even though she hasn't done Special Olympics,
right,
she goes to every CMA fest and CMA stuff. And she has met so many celebrities. So she's really excited about doing a podcast with me and my son Brandon to talk about her experience meeting all of these famous people.
Yes, so cool,
that'll be so cute to watch. And I'll tell you what, this has been a great podcast because I like this one too because it's been very real. I mean, like say you jumped on here doing me a solid, but you're like, hey Bones, I got an interview I got to go to. So I'm going to be doing my hair, my makeup while we're doing this. If the baby gets, I may have to black out the screen for a minute. If he gets fussy, it's like, and I'm like, oh, I don't give a shit. And so it's been very awesome to have him on. First little one that small that's been on the podcast. And it's just been, I mean, people love it. People love the real. That's, I still want to learn how to edit, but on the same token, I really like the live. I really like it being organic, where there's no take backsies. You say what you say, it's there, it's out there.
Yep.
And I don't know, some people may say, well, you're just being lazy because you don't want to have to learn how to edit shit and that takes time. Well, that may be true too. I'm old and it takes me a while, but I just love how this is going. And so is everybody else. There's been a lot of good comments that I don't think you can see. Maybe you can. I don't know if you can see them or not, but
I can't.
There's been a lot of good comments that have come through. Everybody definitely thinks that baby's just adorable, which that's facts. Facts for sure. Let's see. I'll see if making sure there was no questions. So now I know that you haven't recorded. You said you haven't done actual recordings yet in like a professional studio setting. But how many original songs, and kind of give people maybe some titles of some of the ones that are your more favorite that you have written? How many songs have you really written that are original to you?
Oh gosh. Well, I think me and my husband Dakota actually sat down and counted like how many songs that I have. And then there's like a bunch that I've obviously, as a songwriter, you have a bunch that you start and they're just unfinished.
Yeah.
So I'll have like a verse and a chorus of something random, or like I'll be driving down the road or something will hit me and then I'll have to put them in my notes but we actually sat down and counted how many songs in my notebooks, in my notes on my phone, just random pieces of paper. And it was 144 songs.
Damn. That's impressive. I didn't know you had that many. You know, now granted, they may not all be done, but still, that's impressive. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's really
And
good.
my number one song, let me tell you the story behind this song.
Oh yeah, please do.
And it's probably one of the very first ones that if I do get in the studio, like that one's the first to be put out.
Mm-hmm.
It's called You'll Get What's Coming. And me and Dakota met at a rodeo back in February of 2023. And we quit talking. It was kind of just like a meetup, and then we didn't talk after that until around April, May-ish. And then in May, one random afternoon, he asked me, he said, do you want to go? Because at the time, he had a razor and Polaris razor. And he said, do you want to go riding in Tennessee? I said, sure. He said, okay, like I'm going to pick you up. Like you need to pack a bag. I said, okay. Like I'll go pack a bag. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'll be waiting on you, I guess. Here's my address. Like, come get me. So while I was waiting, I started writing this song. And I got halfway through it by the time he came and picked me up. And I brought my guitar with me. I brought my notebook with me. And I told him, I said, don't judge me. Like, we're going like 85 mile an hour down I-75 at this point. And I told him, I said, don't judge me, but I have to finish this song. So here he was driving in the front seat, me in the passenger seat, just with my guitar. I busted out my guitar up wide open while he was down I-75, just finishing the song like this, just guitar up to my chin, trying to fit it in this truck. So I finished the song literally while we were driving down I-75 on our way to Tennessee. And I played it for him. And I was like, do you think I'm insane? And he was like, no. He said, but I can't believe you just did that. And I was like, yeah, I know. This is just a part of my life. Like, I can't help. Like, I could be driving down the road, or I could be in Walmart, or I could be like this, sitting in the front seat of your truck and just randomly pop off a song. I don't know. It just hits me randomly. I can't explain it. And so like we met a bunch of people while we were there in Tennessee, and like I played it all for them, and they all loved it. And it's got pieces that everybody can relate to. It's talking about how you wasted so much time on someone, and I'll pray for you. Like, I'll keep doing my thing, but you're also going to get what's coming to you and exactly what you deserve. So, yeah, that's what the song's about. And for sure, that's going to be like the very first song that I'm going to put out whenever I do get to the studio, for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, are all your songs pretty much, do they come to you? Is it generally stuff that revolves around your actual life happenings, or do sometimes you just come up with songs that have absolutely nothing to do with your personal life? It's just something that you're like, almost like a story, like you came up with something that would be like a TV show, how, like that kind of premise where it's not real, but it's something that just came to your mind and you're like, damn, I got to put this out.
Yeah. So sometimes it's, obviously when you break up, like you have a breakup, you're going to write a song about it as a songwriter, or a friend goes through a breakup, you're going to write a song about it. Like, that's just, you want to, like, there's so many real world stuff that goes into songwriting, like the stories you can tell and things like that. Now, 99% of what I write about, like, I have never experienced in my life, but like it just randomly comes to me. Like, There's one about me apparently like bumming a cigarette off a guy and me absolutely making him chase me around like Tom and Jerry. Have I ever had that happen to me? No. Have I ever done that? No. But
But
I
it
wrote a
just
song
happened.
about it.
Yeah, Dakota says, he goes, I don't know how she does it. She just writes songs in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And that is amazing to have that kind of a talent. It
And
really is.
And we timed me one day, which it took me 42 seconds to write a song from the beginning to the end.
Holy crap.
Because I told him, I was like, okay, I've got a song that's coming to me. I mean, once I start the pen on the paper, it's like the snap of a finger. I never stop.
Wow.
Until it's done.
That's amazing.
And for me, like, words will come 99% of the time, words come first, but I already have like what key I want to have it in when I'm singing it. So that way I know once I touch my guitar exactly where it's at. So I already know like what the music is going to sound like before I even touch
that
my
baffles
guitar.
me how you all do that, because I can't wrap my head around, and it's probably because I'm not musically challenged, but I can't wrap my head around how you can write a song and then how the hell do you know how do you hear the music for that song while you're writing? Like, that
you sound like my husband.
I mean, it is amazing though. Like, I don't know how you all do it.
So
it just blows me away.
If I sang like, so I hear the music in my voice. So like if I did row, I'm going to go to my guitar and find like what capo it's on and just play the chords.
So you do it based off your voice.
Yeah.
So based on the way you start a cappella, then you're like, okay, I go to the guitar and I find, okay, this sounds like that note when I hit that, when I say this word. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's amazing though. That's still like Uncle D said, it's truly a gift. Oh no, Dakota said that. Yeah, well, even Uncle D says that you have a gift. And you definitely have a gift. I mean, for those of you all that haven't checked out Kate Sparks, aka some of you may know her as the old school Kate Fitch, back before she got married to Dakota. If you haven't heard her, you definitely got to check her out, because she's got a really nice voice. It's not your traditional sounded voice. Like, she's very original. She's got her own sound, and she does. It's kind of the country genre. Do you diverge into other genres, or do you try to stick near the country route?
I'm a twangy thing, so I ain't nothing but the country route.
Yeah. So you couldn't rock out some Green Day and just twang that bitch
up? Me singing like Disturbed or something crazy.
Oh, dude, that'd be funny as hell. You do the whole, do the holler out, but you twang it out. I don't even. That would be hilarious. That'd be awesome as shit. You never know though. That could be the brand new. I mean, hell, they do country rap. So why not do like, twangy rock? I mean, who knows, man?
Country headbanging. I mean, that sounds all right to me.
Metal. Yeah, country death metal.
Yeah.
That would be a weird genre.
Could you imagine at a country concert, country mosh pits? Could you imagine?
They'd all be two-stepping and shit, fucking locking arms, spinning around and shit. Instead of slamming into each other, they're just all collecting arms and spinning and dancing.
Yes.
That would be ridiculous, but I'd watch it. I would definitely watch it.
You would probably be one of like, I bet people would watch it just for entertainment.
Hey. What you got that banky in your mouth for? Oh, I think they would watch it for entertainment too. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
I think they would.
Hey.
Could you? That would be hilarious though, to just some scream metal, and all of a sudden you see these guys walk out in cowboy boots and a cowboy hat with these big belt buckles, and then all of a sudden they're just like, people would be like, "What the hell are we listening to? Is the world gone mad?
What's going on?" Yeah,
I would be like, "Yeah, let's do this." Because I love it all. I love punk, rock, ska, country. Definitely the old school country, man. Though I have to agree with you, though. I do love the Merles and the Johnny, and I love all the Whalens, all the old school stuff, man. Those guys had that shit on lockdown. You
Yeah.
know, your whole Keith Whitley's. I mean, those
Oh my
guys
gosh.
were like
Keith
true
Whitley.
pioneers.
Don't get me started on Keith Whitley. You can even ask my husband. Don't get me started, because that right there, he is my for out of every artist ever put on this planet. Keith Whitley is my favorite. Because
Dude, he was amazing.
You can't put like Kentucky Bluebird is my favorite song to ever
Oh,
be
that song
written.
is such a good jam, dude. It
You
is
can't
such a good
put
jam.
you can't put his music beside somebody else's and play it at the same time and it sound the same.
No, I agree.
And you can't put Kentucky Bluebird, especially like the chord progression and the melodies and the harmonies and everything that he has built into that song and even the words that he writes. You can't put it up to some other song and it be any part of the same. Not the music, not the chord progression, nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I love that song so much.
Yeah, that song is so good, and I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people, especially if they don't know him, now if they know him, they know it. But if you didn't know, which I would say it's hard to find somebody who really doesn't know who Keith Whitley is, because he's like one of the biggest legends ever.
Yeah,
and will always be that. That'll never change, in my opinion. At least not while I'm alive. And of course, I'm halfway there, so who knows? But it'll never change. He's too awesome.
and I can't wait to instill that into Briggs. Like I can't wait to like introduce him and be able to have that relationship that I have with music. I can't wait to share that with my son.
Oh yeah, and it's coming. I mean, you could tell just by sitting there watching him use the little baby maraca egg. I mean, he was already shaking it and smiling.
That's an actual like egg shaker, like an adult egg shaker.
That's so cool.
I got it
and
with
he
my
already loves it.
that I bought.
So can you imagine when he gets older what you two are going to do together?
Yeah,
oh
I'm
my
super
gosh,
excited.
It'll be so cool. Now, how did your husband get into doing the sound engineering? Did he have to pick it up to help you, or did he already kind of know that shit before he got into it?
He had no idea. He just
tip my hat to him too, then, because that's I bet that was a learning curve.
I carry my guitar and I take care of my set list, and he does everything else. My mics, my mic stands, my speakers, how I sound, my in-ears, all the things. He does it all.
He's a good dude. I'd like to learn how to eventually do that shit too. I think it'd be good to know.
Well, I mean, he learned, so it can't be too hard.
Well, that's true. I'm old, but I get there. It just takes me a little longer than some. Yes, Donald. Shout out to Jesse Keith Whitley. Yeah, because his dad and Jesse's got his own unique sound, and I love it. I know that. Sometimes I'm sure people are probably like, hey, sing something of your dad's, but I'm sure he's like, no, we're here for me. It's his show.
Yeah.
It's like, listen to his sound, but shout out to Jesse for sure. And his dad, his dad was definitely one of the greatest ones. And that ain't going to ever change. Miss Val says, good podcast day. Thank you. And then Lori Morgan, Keith Whitley. Jesse Keith still performing. Yes, they are, Donald. At least last I had talked to them, they were all doing it. And Lori Morgan she looks just as good as she always has. It's like that lady doesn't age. She knows the serum of life.
I feel like women back then, none of them have aged very much.
Yeah. It's like, how is that? But I'm glad, for all the people out there that you don't want to see age, I'm glad it's the women that don't, because I know to them you're all are under so much more scrutiny than us dudes. But no, I just this gray just gets grayer and grayer, so I look older and older by the day. What's he looking at now?
His little aquarium.
Dude, they have the coolest damn toys, man. When I was a kid, they didn't have cool shit when I was a kid, except big wheels. We had some cool ass big wheels, but we had big wheels. You actually had to use your body to move them. We didn't have big wheels like the kids have now, where they just push a button and it moves for them. Our food wasn't processed back then either. You know what, Dakota? That's a good point, man. I'm a firm believer that I think a lot of women are these younger girls develop so much more. I think the reason it's so hard to tell their age anymore is because all that processed crap that's in foods now. I think that all those hormones and stuff are making for early development, but I could be wrong. Wolf,
I'm still here. I'm just feeding.
Yeah. I love Legos. Oh, I figured you were still there. I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
So gotta take care of the little one. That's all good. So she's still here, everybody. She hasn't left. But definitely, I'm definitely glad. Thanks again for getting on. I know it was such short notice. I hate when I give people no notice, but I'm a very impatient person. So, like, if I get in my mind that I want to do something, then if it happens, I just want to do it.
No, and, I mean, I have the time.
I don't procrastinate too much. I like to, and I knew I needed to at least do one show this week, and I didn't want it to be a bust. And I'm glad I had a lot of doctor's appointments, which heel hooked me this week. But when you get old, there's certain shit you got to go do. So, got to take care of business. But yeah, Wolf, Lego. I still got a lot of Legos in the basement. I love Legos. Legos were so cool. I don't know though. When we were kids, we just didn't have. They got so much cool shit now. Like that thing that Briggs was playing with. I mean, hell, it even looked real. Looked like a little aquarium. Just neat how they come up with some of the shit they come up with.
Yeah.
Yesterday, everyone bailed. I'm sorry to hear that too. For Wolf, she had a podcast apparently at bail. Well, and you know what? That's part of it. I mean, it's going to happen. But early on, that's why I'm grateful for Miss Kate here and everybody. She's still here. She's just taking care of the baby right now. So we're giving her a little bit of privacy while we do it. But I'm very grateful for her to have on the show. And I'm very grateful to have her in my life along with her husband. They're very good people. Definitely. It's getting about 11:30, so we're going to be wrapping up because Miss Kate has an important interview to go to here. In about 30 minutes, she'll have to leave. So we're going to end up wrapping up here before long for her anyway. But I want everybody to please take the time to go check her out. Like I say all the time, and I know it sounds redundant as hell, but this podcast is definitely starting off is formulated around a lot of up and coming artists. And I definitely really enjoyed the up and coming artists because those are the people, in my opinion, that really need to be seen. And, it would be cool to interview a celebrity and it'll happen someday, but like a Jason Aldean don't need Bones podcast. He's already Jason Aldean, but everybody else that we're interviewing are people that are still in that groundbreaking stage or that up and coming rise. And it's really good to show. I think it's good to have people on, even if there's not a whole lot of people. Eventually this podcast will grow if we keep at it.
They were small people too once, Bones.
That's right. Everybody was small at one time. So the glorious thing about this podcast is somebody like Miss Kate Fitch here, or AKA now Kate Sparks, now that she's married. You'll know her from either way. There'll be some people that'll know her from both sides. Definitely go and search for her and look her up because, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, a lot of these people that we're having on these shows and that are going to continue to have on these shows in weeks to come, you may not know who they are, but if you give them a listen, you may find your next favorite person, and you may get in finding your next favorite person at their ground level. And a lot of times I think the whole ground level aspect of things with artists is also a very unique thing because a lot of times, like this situation here, you find your next favorite person is Kate Sparks, my new favorite artist. Well, now you can join into a podcast and there's not so many people to where if you leave a comment, that comment's probably going to be seen and said to Kate, and you'll get a response. Whereas if you're in a podcast that gets millions and millions of people watching, you're going to have so many comments, that ticker's going to move so fast, you're not going to be able to keep up with it. So the likelihood that you would get your question answered is very minimal. So I like the early stages. I think there's some cool things, cool aspects about it. So definitely check out Kate. She is on Kate Sparks on Facebook. She has Kate Sparks Music on Facebook, which is her business page. She also has some weird underscore, which don't ask me, Kate, you may want to say it again, where they can find you on TikTok. She does do lives on TikTok and does some singing, does reels and good stuff like that. What's your TikTok handle again?
Underscore Kate Fitch 1.
Underscore
or Kate Sparks 1. Sorry,
Kate Sparks 1. Well, I've been throwing Fitch in there because I know some people may not know that you got married, so I try to still do both. She obviously prefers Sparks now, which I don't blame her. I would too.
Yes, I'm very happily married.
Yeah, she's very happily married. So she's glad to have the name Sparks, but I keep throwing Fitch in there for now because some people may not have realized that she got married and changed names. So I want to make sure that you can find this young lady because she's got immense talent. She also, apparently she's like a Tinkerbell too, because she does some Disney booking shit. Except we can't call her Tinkerbell, that'd be copyright, so we'll call her Caterbell, I guess. Caterbell, she'll book you a nice vacation. She'll book you a vacation. I mean, you want to go to Disney? She's got you.
Briggs just peed all over me.
Oh, did he really? You didn't fan it? You're supposed you're supposed to fan that. You gotta give the diaper a little whiff. Let that air run across that the little soldier. And then you quickly put it back down. That way, if he decides to fire, you don't get in the direct line of fire. But apparently, you must have slept through that class, I guess.
You think I've been doing this for
how long?
He's 7 months out.
Now we're gonna have to end the podcast. She's gonna have to shower again.
Lovely.
Well, you know what? I laugh and make fun because my son did this. I got tagged the same way.
I'm gonna miss these days. These are the days I'm gonna miss. So I'm just gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is fun. It's good shit. It's good times.
Yeah.
Is Kate available for booking? Donald, are you talking gigs or are you talking booking as in the other job she does where she books the vacation travel? If you're talking gigs as of right now, the answer is still no, because she's still taking care of the little one, and I think what'd you say again, Kate? It'd probably be another, let's see, he's 8 months now, so that means it'd probably be,
and I'm gonna
be another 6 months or so before she's looking to probably try to get back into gigs. Does that sound accurate, or what do you say?
Yeah, because he is, I plan to breastfeed him until he's a year old. That's my plan anyway, if the Lord allows it to happen. But I plan on breastfeeding him until he's a year old, which he turns a year old in August. And then from there, I would like to get back into gigs, yes, after I'm done breastfeeding. And once I, get myself took care of to where all my milk is dried up and stuff.
Right. So you're, it's probably safe to say, everybody, that, you can start looking for potential updates from Miss Kate Sparks in regards to continuing her musical journey with gigs somewhere, probably say September or October of this year. Potentially you may start seeing some life come back and say, hey, looking for gigs, or going to be playing here at the local dive or whatever. Where do you, when you were doing stuff, especially around the Moorhead area, was there certain areas that you tend to get a lot of love to where you were doing quite a few shows per year at the same location that kind of kept you close to home?
Yeah. So there's a place called Elliot's Pizzeria, and I have sang there a bunch. There's also a bar called Frankie's here. And
What's up, buddy?
hey. And I haven't sang there yet. But I could potentially sing there one day.
Now, where's the furthest you've traveled? Oh, well, obviously you went overseas, so
Yeah.
I guess
I went to Europe.
I guess Europe is the furthest, obviously, but you kind of didn't really do that under Kate, like under you. You were kind of doing that for a reason, right?
Right.
It was part of a program.
Right. So I was a ambassador of music whenever I was traveling to Europe to sing.
Oh, Miss Victoria said she's got to hop off. Love watching you, and that she loves you. Thanks,
Okay.
Victoria, for being
I love
in.
you too, sister.
I really appreciate you, Miss Victoria. Thank you so much for
That's
coming
my
in.
best friend Tori.
Is it? Well,
Yes.
I'm glad that they were a part of the process here. So now, in regards to gigs that you did that were specifically a Kate Sparks gig, where's the furthest that you've gone just based under your name?
Let's see. I mean, I've only been like local. I was planning, I would travel like 2 hours up to 3 hours away.
Okay.
In some gigs, but like before I got pregnant, that was whenever I planned on getting my name out there and traveling a lot more. And then I got pregnant, so of course that couldn't happen.
Right.
But I chose not to sing when I was pregnant because I knew in my heart that it was going to be my one and only pregnancy that I really wanted. So I wanted to be able to enjoy being pregnant, because I don't want to be 6 months and on a stage in a bar. I just don't want,
No,
I didn't want to do that.
That would be miserable, I would think. I've obviously never been pregnant, but I could only fathom, I don't know. In this day and age, I could say I did, but I've never, obviously. So I could only fathom what that'd be like, because I'd imagine that would be you're hot and miserable anyway.
Right.
Then you add them damn lights that'll just cook you. I could only imagine it would be miserable. So I don't blame you at all.
And for festival season, I was big pregnant. I was 7-8 months pregnant whenever June and July of last year. And because I had him in August, so I was pregnant the hottest months of the year. And then I actually went in to the hospital to be induced on my due date, and I didn't have him, and I was 2 days late with him having him.
So yours was late too. Yeah, my youngest, he was late,
and
they ended up taking him because they were worried that he was going to get hung in the birth canal, because my youngest boy Logan was actually bigger than Brandon was, and I'm not a big dude, but I produced the biggest damn kids. They came out walking with a cane and a top hat. I was like, what the fuck? As a matter of fact, we were at the hospital. We had Logan. I was at the hospital, and this dude walked up. You know how the dads go up to the window and they see all the babies, and you're pointing, hey, I want to see my kid.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, they wheel my kid up in front of me, and this dude walks up next to me, and he looked like the size of Jack Reacher. He looked like a jacked, gigantic man. He could squish me just by looking at me, not even so much even touching me. He's so big. So he points for his kid, and they wheel his kid up. So I'm looking over at his kid in this nursery thing. Well, this kid was like a preemie. It was super little. And then he's looking at my kid, who looks like a goddamn toddler laying there. And then he looks at me like, how the fuck did you produce a kid that's that big? And then I'm sitting there thinking the same thing. I'm like, this dude is like the Incredible Hulk, and he produced this tiny little bitty baby. I'm just like, I'm just like, how does that even happen? It just didn't even make sense. But it was kind of comical to me at the time because I'm like, wow.
Yeah, Briggs was
like,
7'1" whenever he was born.
7'1".
Mm-hmm.
Golly, man, mine were almost 9. Or Logan might have been almost 10 pounds. He was huge.
Yeah,
they were ginormous. But they took Logan the second child. They took Logan because when we had Brandon, that's part of the reason why he stroked at birth and why he's disabled is he got hung in the birth canal. Even with an episiotomy, he got hung up, and he definitely hypoxic. And once they got him out, he had stroked and we didn't even know it. But his APGAR was a little bit off, obviously, but when they're that little, you can't really see unless it's drastic. You can't tell they're not using extremities because they're babies. They got to learn about all that stuff. It's like, oh, what's this? And then they realize next thing you know, they're fixated on one hand and they don't realize, well, I actually got two. It's a whole learning curve. So it took a while before we realized it. But when we had Logan, they wanted to make sure that with him being even bigger, they're like, yeah, we better take him C-section because we don't want the same fate to happen to him that happened to Brandon.
Yeah, I had to have a C-section with Briggs. It was a failed induction.
Yeah, Dakota said he was over 9 pounds. Yeah, you come out smoking a cigar, didn't you, bud? He's all like, hey, Mom, what's up? Here's my cigar, and I got a fifth. That's a big kids. Big. Donald D said he's going to send you and Dakota both friend requests.
Okay.
Miss Val, you have a great day too. Thanks again for always being a major supporter because you are definitely one of the ride and diers that have been through all of my shows. And I am really grateful to be able to say that I've got a couple people, her and like Miss Kate, who are Mary Ash, that literally, as far as I know, I don't think they have missed not one episode, which is absolutely amazing to me. So, but I guess we should be wrapping up. It's getting quarter till. I know you're going to be getting ready to head out to your other interview. I hope that interview goes stellar.
Thank you.
Do you get to take the baby, or you got somebody to watch him?
I'm gonna have Dakota's sister sit in the vehicle.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Wow. Yeah. So.
Well, say hi to hubby for me. Well, he'll hear me. So, what's up, Dakota? Sorry we snuck in there behind your back there. That was not the intent, but it happened very fast, and I'm just grateful that she was. I always point this way because you're right here to me, but to them, I'm pointing the opposite direction. So you're really right here.
Yeah, you're this
even
way.
though you're not. So you're that way. Yeah. Which to me, I'm looking at you, and I should be that way.
Should I be pointing this way?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Actually,
okay.
Yeah. It's weird how it's backwards, So I've been doing shows, and I've been like this young lady right here, and then later I watch the episode, and I'm like, who the fuck was I pointing at? He was pointing over here. So I'm learning. I'm getting there. But thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
It's not the only time. We'll do it again. You have updates you want to talk about? Updates, whether it be with your career you're currently doing too, where you're booking people for vacations and stuff. Again, if you need a booking agent, you want somebody to take care of you and make that vacation experience a little bit easier, to where pretty much like she said earlier, you just got to pack. You let me do the rest. Look her up on Facebook, reach out, send her an instant message and say, hey, I'd like to plan a vacation. Can we have a chat? She'll hook you up with that. Again, come about September, October of this year, start paying attention to her page, because it's very possible that once she gets a little bit further along with the baby, get him settled where he's in a good spot, she's going to definitely pick that guitar back up again on a gig wise. But until then, check her out on YouTube, check her out on Facebook, check her out on TikTok. Definitely check her out. Go search for her, listen to her. She's got a lot of different videos. The most recent, is the one with Briggs, the baby that you just saw. She's singing a song to him, and it's him kind of watching his mom sing. It's very, very sweet, very good, very well done. Definitely a must see. So definitely check her out. Thanks again, Kate. I appreciate you so much, honey. You're just amazing. Your whole family are amazing. But thank you for giving me the time to at least get some content as well because of the way everything happened. And I'm sorry I sprung it on you so fast. I'll try to give you more notice next time.
No, you're fine.
But I greatly appreciate it. And I wish you the very best on your interview today. So I hope it goes well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Miss Kate Sparks, a.k.a. some of you all might know her as Fitch before she got married, but now she is officially Kate Sparks. So we're going to try to hammer that home to where everybody can find this young lady, check her out. She's very, very, very talented. Has definitely been doing a lot in the music industry. And as you heard, can write songs quick and has a lot. So she definitely has a lot of originals, but she also does, I've heard her do some songs of some, different cover materials too that are just absolutely great. So check her out for sure. He said, Donald D said, great to see you, Kate Sparks, on the podcast with Bones Warren. It says, I've seen Kate Sparks' Voices interview. Yeah, she was definitely dabbled with the voice there for a while and made it into the process fairly far. And congratulations for doing it. I mean, I know that that's probably hard, definitely a lot of sacrifice when you do that. So, to me, whether or not it would be worth it is questionable, but I also can't carry a tune in a bucket. So I won't be sending them. I'd be one of those ones that, that like, what was the first one? American Idol.
Yeah.
Remember how they had some of the people on there that, and you like the first week or so, you were like, holy Jesus.
Yeah.
That'd be me. I'd be one of those assholes that was on there singing and people were like, oh, I think I'll just go get a drink. Let this guy get done. But thanks again for being on here. Y'all check her out. And I hope you get your gig, hon. I hope you do. I hope you do well in your interview. So
thank you.
I wish you the best. Wish you and hubby the very best. Can't wait till we talk again soon. But until then, everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Bones Unfiltered Podcast. I'm your host, Bones. This was brought to you by Bones Enterprises, LLC. Definitely check me out as well. I am very new at this, so I could use all the love that I can get. So go to my page, go to Miss Kate's pages. Anything that you find on Facebook, I'm on Bones Enterprises LLC as well as Bones Warren. Definitely find me, follow me, give me a like. It don't cost anything to give likes and to follow somebody. So hook a brother up and help me gain some traction to get this podcast rolling down the rails a little faster. Also, check me out sometimes from time to time. I'm definitely going to be doing stuff with Wolf Vare at Wolf Vare Records on her podcast, Wolf Talk. So definitely check her out as well. And I guess that's really well. And of course, we talked earlier a little bit about my solo artist, James Luker. Definitely check him out. We're still trying to grow his page. So those people that can go to James Luker Music, find that on Facebook. That's the business page. Please give that a like and a follow because that's one of them that I help run. But we want to start gaining some more traction on the James Luker Music. So please check him out as well. He's an up-and-comer that has a lot of potential. And we now are an official 3-piece band. So eventually I am going to do a podcast where I have him and our two new guys on, so you all can kind of get to know who the new band members are, because we finally found some peeps that are willing to, that kind of want to do this. So it's this is going to work out nicely, I think. So until next time, peace, everybody. You be careful today, Kate. It's great seeing you. Talk to you soon.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.